Welcome to The Burning of the Midnight Lamp, where we are dissecting music history, album by album, and track by track. We continue on David Bowie's album Earthling from 1997, his 21st studio album. It's a track called Telling Lies, the only track that Bowie wrote solely by himself on this album. We'll start by having a listen to it, and then we'll discuss it afterwards.
Girls are bound to meet, to talk of stars and kings and feet, through the chromosomes of space and time. Me, I'm fast like bad infection, gasping for my resurrection. Swear to me times of war and stress, telling lies.
Track 6, Telling Lies.
Another great track.
That's another standout track for me. I think this is my favorite of the drum and bass tracks in this album, actually.
Yeah, it's certainly something you should play with a subwoofer because that boom
I love it.
Yeah, it's amazing. when
And the
that
whole
comes in.
last 1.5 minutes after the rhythm drops out and you're just left with the strings build up there, and when the band comes back in again, it's a beautiful sort of synth chiming keyboard sound plays on top of it. It's just beautiful.
It is. Yeah, once again, we're back to like 7 years in Tibet in the sense that they really made this work together. And there's great dynamics.
Yeah.
So you have some time to get some, because it's really heavy, it's really pumping, and then you get this just time to breathe again in the middle.
Yeah, I agree. Many different elements that are connected in a dynamic and in a way that it flows natural. My first impression of this song was I didn't like it as much the first time I heard it as I do now, and that is because the first time I heard Telling Lies, I heard 3 completely different versions of Telling Lies. And you thought as well, probably.
Yeah, the mixes.
We bought the single that came out before the album, and this version is
superior.
Is superior, but it's sort of well, the other versions they have they are more pure in their vision of the song, as this version takes, has some from all of the others. The versions, of course, are the feel good mix that was made by Mark Plati, which is a big beat drum and bass punchy version, and then there's the Paradox mix, which is a more scary, slippery, Quicksilver-ish mix by a guy called Gerald. And then there's the poppy mix by Adam F, which is also brilliant, but and quite short. I think 3 minutes or something, while the other ones are long. And this version has all these sides. It has the big punch. It doesn't have that much of a guy called Gerald, but it does have some scary parts, and it has this one has a lot of pop, I would say.
You still have the sinister part with Bowie's vocals and drawn out.
Yes, that's there. And when he says "telling lies," you got those sort of noise repeating. So there are a lot of scary parts as well. But yeah, so I was waiting for the ultimate version, maybe when this album came out, and it wasn't the ultimate version in the beginning, but I have grown to like it.
As we
I
discussed,
think it's a standout track, and I agree it's the best of the drum and bass tracks.
This I'm not sure if the live version is better, but it's certainly a very good version as well.
Yeah,
and another particularly likes the that they do on the live version.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Even, that part is even better than on the studio version.
I agree.
But it's a part of the story that we don't have. We don't know how, because Bowie was supposedly starting this alone before Plati, and the single came out before the session for this album. So was there a version that was made or finished that is unreleased before the mixes, before this version? And how was that like?
I don't know. I haven't seen it mentioned any place. I mean, the song, it's often been said to sort of overlap. It's a hybrid between the outside and the earthling styles, and I can see why people say that. and it originated between the two outside tours. I mean, the outside tour, the first outside tour ended in February 1996, and then there's the summer tour in June and July. And in between here, Bowie writes Telling Lies. He goes into his, not his, but into Mountain Studios in Montreux in Switzerland, where they had recorded outside for the very last time.
Lodger?
Yeah, it was Lodger, Never Let Me Down, possibly Tonight. I think there are 4 or 5 albums that was recorded there by Bowie. A studio owned by Queen, so all the Queen albums after 1978 or something like that is made there. Today, a free museum, actually, in the casino in Montreux. So this was the last time Bowie was there, and he experimented with the form where he merged the aggressive rock and drum and bass. So that was the idea already then. And it said that it went through many arrangements before it landed on the one for the single and the album. So yeah, maybe there are different versions out there that sort of trial and error versions. It doesn't sound like they thought that they were better since they continue to rearrange it though.
Yeah, when you release a single that has 3 mixes, and none of them are the A side because this is the.
All of them are called. This is that mix. This is this mix. And,
Yeah.
What is the original? Then?
What is the original? That's where I'm heading. Was there an original that was different?
This version didn't exist when, as far as we know, when that single came out.
No.
Or maybe when the single came out, but not when the remixes were made. So Mark Plati, he was brought in to do the programming for the song. So that maybe indicates that Bowie didn't write it all, or he wrote it all along, but he didn't maybe do the drums and things like that. Bowie was so pleased with the job Plati did that he invited him to the whole album recording and became a key person for Bowie through the 90s and early 2000s. Gabriel said that, Reeves Gabriel's the guitarist, said that his template for the song was Who's Next by The Who, which according to him was a perfect mix of a rock band with electronics, where the band retained the power. Never thought about it, but that's basically what they achieved in Unearthling in a way.
Yeah, you could say that.
So the chorus of Telling Lies, it's repeating Telling Lies, and then it says Starting Fires, and this is most likely a nod to Prodigy's Firestarter, which was #1 on the UK single charts when this song here was written. Bowie, being a big Prodigy fan at the time, probably didn't go unnoticed. So yeah, the single was released on 11 September 1996 online. And as we have said before in previous episodes on YouTube and in the podcast, this is the first time a major artist releases a single online. It was downloaded 250,000 times, 46,000 in the first week. And that was the web page working at maximum capacity. So it wasn't possible to download it more times than that. But a month after, or 2 months after, 4th of November 1996, a physical single was released by BMG containing the 3 mixes that you mentioned, Chris. It reached 76 on the UK singles chart, mostly due to it being a limited amount of copies available. But I'm not sure how rare it actually was. I mean, you had a version of it.
Found it here in rural Norway.
But if you go to Discogs, a place like that, and see what they are sold for, it's like $5, which doesn't scream limited availability.
No.
Maybe it still is, of course, but yeah. So when they started working on it for Earthling, Bowie was quite insistent that he wanted to keep the song. Maybe it felt like a baby to him, his first drum and bass track. No, well, it actually wasn't his first drum and bass track. But,
No.
he did do it for Outside as well. Plati was originally skeptical of including it, but as it became in its shape that it ended up in, it was one of his favorites on the album, he said. Since it was made quite early, Bowie started playing Telling Lies during his Outside summer tour, so it was first played on 7th of June 1996 in Nagoya in Japan. And it was played in total 22 times in 96. This is before the single and album is released. And I seem to remember us hearing rumors about this new track, us being huge Bowie fans who were thirsting for new songs. So just a rumor of a new song, I think, excited us at the time.
But at the time, we didn't have the internet. We didn't even have a computer. So this was the Stone Age.
Yeah. Then it was played on his 50th birthday concert in 1997, and approximately half of the Earthling tour dates. The final time it was played was on the last date for the tour in Buenos Aires in Argentina. There's live tracks, live versions of it on liveandwell.com, as we mentioned. But it's not on this Look at the Moon album that contains a lot of the songs from Earthling.
It should have been played more.
It was only played 59 times in total. It deserved more plays, I would say.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be neither a favorite among critics or Bowie himself, for that matter, since he didn't play it a lot, which I always found a bit puzzling. For me, this is a brilliant song.
Yeah. Well, Bowie's mind was puzzling.
It was. And what's puzzling you? If you have any comments you want to tell us about this song, leave it down below. And remember to click the like and subscribe button. We also have a podcast where we are discussing this album, and we have a Patreon where you can get early access to all the songs on this album and future albums that we do. And where we also have joined the clips with the podcast. So if you want to support us, you can head over there. We'll be back in a couple of days with the 7th track on Earthling, The Last Thing You Should Do. Until then, you must all have a great day, and thank you for watching us. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you in a bit.